We kick off from the Bomas of Kenya, where my colleague Kamche Menza is on standby. She is informing us that there is a standoff this as presidential aspirant Mwangi Wairia's name is missing in the list, and she has more details. Kamche, good afternoon. Bring us up to speed with the latest developments.
Well, good afternoon to you back in studio, Irene Muchuma Odim. Like you said, we are coming to you live from Bomas of Kenya, and we are right outside the entrance of the Bomas of Kenya grounds, where there is a stalemate, I could call it so, because this morning what we witnessed is that Usawa Kwawote, party presidential candidate, who is also Murang'a County Governor Mwangi Wairia, has been blocked from accessing the Bomas of Kenya precinct. On grounds that he has not been, called by IEBC to present his presidential clearance forms. Something that, according to Mwangi Wairia himself, is that he noticed about that since yesterday when the exercise began. This is we could call the final exercise on the presidential candidates presenting their forms or their clearance papers to the IEBC Commission to be cleared so that they can now be officially, campaigning or contesting for the presidential seat. It's an exercise that began yesterday. Today is day 2. IEBC is expecting Professor Wajakoya of the Roots Party at around 2 p.m. and Walter Mongare, the two presidential candidates, are expected to meet the IEBC to present their presidential clearance forms. So Mwangi Wairia, who has been contesting for this particular seat, his name, he says, is not in the final list for the presidential candidates who have been, notified by IEBC to present their presidential papers for clearance. And he noticed that yesterday when the exercise began. So he tried to seek audience with IEBC last night, but he didn't manage. So this morning he came at the Bomas of Kenya very early. We met up with him here from around 10:15, where he says he is seeking audience with IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati to actually tell him what exactly is happening, because from what he's telling us is that the information he's gotten is that the papers he presented, the forms that has the signatures he presented were only from 9 counties or 9 forms. According to him, he says he presented 24 forms, which means signatures from 24 counties. And he says if IEBC misplaced his papers, then they need to explain that to him and not, to lock him out of what he says is a foul play, and that he is being shortchanged. According to him, his team presented the papers, and he was clear that is last week on Thursday when the signatures were being checked, or clarification on the signatures was being done. So basically what is happening here is that he has been camping here from 10:15 this morning, trying to seek audience, trying to access the Bomas of Kenya precinct, but he has been blocked. On one side, on the inside of the gate of the Bomas of Kenya, are the security agents. Of course, out also we have the security agents, and the outer side of the gate are Mwangi Wairia and his supporters, who have been blocked from accessing the Bomas of Kenya. So there is a standoff. And remember, Muchuma, the exercise for the presidential clearance for today is supposed to start at 2 p.m. With Professor Wajakoya for Roots Party being the first one. So we don't know if this stalemate or standoff continues until that particular time. We don't know what will happen. But what is currently happening, if my cameraman could pan, is that Mwangi Wairia is outside here. We also have his supporters who have been out here all morning up until now, demanding that they want to be allowed to get into Bomas of Kenya to meet up with Wafula Chebukati. Mwangi Wairia saying that this is clearly foul play, and he will not accept to be shortchanged, and he will actually follow up to ensure that he is in the ballot, and that he remitted all the forms or all the requirements that were needed for him to participate in this particular race, and that he will not give in to whatever is happening to him at this moment. So that is basically what is happening here, a standoff. We will be here to wait and see what will happen at 2 p.m. or rather maybe even 1:30 when the other candidates get to the gate and want access into Bomas of Kenya. What will happen? Because the gates are locked, Wairia is outside while the security agents are inside. That is what is currently happening. Back to you in studio, Murum.